Yeah, yeah. Wanna go home, but can't right now, but he gon' be back, yeah. I always thought you'd be the one that made it. I just been thinking about when we were babes. Grew up and stepped on anyone that played you. I always thought you'd be the one that made it. Life's ups and downs, you know they come around. But I can't force stand on all 10, I'm a thinking about November, my heart cold as December. Looking at your pictures, I'm just thinking, what you doing up there with them angels? Well, ain't nobody there, you'll be around. Wouldn't touch your hair, they wouldn't dare know you don't play about me. Since you been gone, niggas been playing, rapping like something sweet. Don't speak, I creep, pop out on feet, bitch, yeah, you know about me. Brought this G shit up out of me. Had to prove a point out here, man, I can't have you down me. Just wanna know if I can stand on my own. I got T-Jones, I'm gon' be strong. Time to boss up, it's my turn. Still paying bills, even though you gone. Big dog shit, hustle got strong, but you ain't playing around. Outside with Trey right now, telling him about you flipping off house. He flipping too, he just like you. Waited this long to try to love, now I just trying to feel something I never felt. You tried to tell me just cause she bad don't mean she real. Kinda like that yellow bone you used to have, just had a son wish you could see. Gave me your middle name, it's like I see you when he smile. Wish you can meet him, you don't know how much I'm needing you right now. Man, I keep stressing about these hoes, I can hear you now. Like bitch, you through, you can't never let these hoes get up on you. You call my phone like bitch, get up, they got this drop on. Let her with that message, ain't safe, go get a room. Rub it in my face like I told you when your point. Told you that spot wasn't safe, that was too close on you. Most of the times you had it right, was like that most I like. You had it wrong, don't understand. I see you in the afterlife. I always think about when we was babies, baby, and how this world done drove us crazy. Grew up and stepped on anyone that played you. I always thought you'd be the one that made life's ups and downs. You know they come around, but I can't force standing on 10. I'm a thinking about November, my heart cold as December. Looking at your pictures, I'm just thinking, what you doing up there with them angels? Life's ups and downs. You know they come around, but I can't force standing on 10. No, I thinking about November, my heart cold as December. Yeah, I always thought you'd be the one that made. When wasn't nobody there, do you feel around? Wouldn't touch your hair, they wouldn't dare know you don't play about me. Wouldn't touch your hair, they wouldn't dare know you don't play about me.
God body, salute. What's good, world? Happy birthday, Mo3. Happy solo return, man. As we should say.
No.
Yeah, God body. Definitely not gone, forgotten. None of that. Shout out to Cole Gotti too. Hey man, that boy, you was on your thing, man. Definitely a good brother to have to continue a legacy. With that being said, shout out to the world, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Definitely stay in connected. What's good, Indigo? What's going down with you? How your day going? It's Tiller. What's popping?
Hey, you do it.
Everything good.
About to sip something, smoke something, chop it up with y'all in honor. Mo3.
Most def. So yeah, man. I mean, we definitely, we gonna tap in. Say happy solar return to Mo3, and let it be known that the young God did have other spirits that he left here. You know, as an offspring that he left here. Shout out definitely to little Trey, man. They look like, that's his little twin, man. But definitely
Twins.
shout, huh?
Definitely twins.
Oh yeah, definitely twins. And I don't think he will by far ever forget, even being at that young age. I don't think he'll ever forget the presence that his father left, even with time that they had together. I mean, but with that being said, I would like to start calling these sessions that we be having the raw truth, because I think we come with things in a sense that most people speak on or around things. I think here we definitely are good at giving a vibration of raw truth that I think the world needs. So I mean, what's something y'all have to say in reference to 3 birthday or the raw truth?
I like the
Ladies
name.
first.
I like the name. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. I'm gonna have to see if I can make a little logo or something. But anywho, I like that name.
True story.
Um, y'all know I love him. Let me go get my dominoes. Y'all go ahead and talk. I gotta go get my dominoes. Y'all got me
Our
fucking.
body. Yeah. She says love. Yeah. By the way, she said that's her favorite artist. It's Chilla. That was his favorite artist. I mean, and it's a lot of peace to the goddess. Olinka, what's good with you goddess? What's going down?
Man, so
Yeah.
Get my dominoes.
I
Look at that. Hold on. Let's get them on the big screen, man. We gotta actually see that right there.
My dominoes.
Well, with them word life. Oh, hold on. Goodness gracious. She say she got the domino.
Big Six.
There we go.
They say that shit never domino. You hear me? They
So,
say
so
that shit never domino, man.
yeah.
I got this little thing I put on his altar.
She got the grill on the altar. Hey, real talk. Real talk. She said she got love. So I mean, yeah, so is that man life? Like I think I'll this is good for the raw truth. I think all too often when we talk about people's life, we just talk about things that happened or centered around before they died or bad points or bad points. Speaking of good things within that person's life, um yeah, what do you think of some good things that brightened up your day or that brightened up things around you as far as what you hear, you listener, you hearing Mo3? Well, I mean, what kind of energy or vibration did you get? You know what I'm saying? Did you get off the
um, listen, it was the singing voice for me. I just like his singing to rapping, his spirit, his energy. You could tell he was full of love. You know what I mean? People made him sick, but he was still full of love. Like he didn't not have love in him. And that's what makes people bad is when they have absolutely no love in them.
mm,
So I don't know. I feel like he was a
body?
great person, probably, you know.
She said probably. It's chiller, man. What's good with you, King? But what's problem?
I mean, I can agree with what she just said, especially like the last part. Um, to Mo3's family and everybody who know him closely, he is a great man. You know, now you may talk to the DAs in Dallas, you may talk to some of the people who don't like him, and they'll paint a different picture of him. You see what I'm saying? But I can say that about myself. I know some people out there who can probably paint a ugly picture. Oh, it's still a, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the people who know me best, who have actually taken the time out to sit down and have a conversation with me, you know what I'm saying, will know that, you know what I'm saying, I'm more than just a firecracker that's ready to go off. But anyway, um, I'm a person that has passion running deep inside of. So when I hear Mo3, and I say hear because I still listen to him.
Yeah.
When I hear Mo3, I hear passion. It's just like watching Jordan at his best moments, watching Braun at their best moments. You see the passion. You know what I'm saying? So with Mo3, when he drop his songs, you hear that passion. And his talent is just so big that he can take a song like Slide on Him and it sound like a hymn from church.
What about radio? How he do radio like
I mean, shit.
that?
He you
Yeah.
know, some people have just it's just hard to explain. Just this big talent is, I just call it big because it's so broad. They can go here, they can go there, they can go here, and it's like you can put them on and not miss, and not miss. And what I mean by not miss is you can play it from track 1 to track 15 or however many tracks he got on whatever
Yeah.
mixtape or album, and you can let it ride. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you know, the deal with him, you know what I'm saying, as far as his musical talent and everything like that.
Everybody. Everybody. I mean, I say first and foremost, man, I say rest in light to the God. I think this was a prophet. Had this person lived till they were in their 30s, they already had the voice of an angel. I think he would have became that angel in physical form. Environments a lot of the time lead to exactly end up being the catalyst to him losing his life. Is why I definitely want to start speaking the raw truth on these situations, because the raw truth. Shout out to Cole Gotti, but we dropped his song there. The raw truth is he financially is there to take care of his children, even though he's not here. They will be set financially, but those finances is not going to ever replace the actual energy of that person being there. It's not going to happen, not in this life, not in no life. Like, they will have to learn some type of things to still have contact and keep that bridge there, whatever you believe in. And I say this, like, young children, they have these big minds, these great imaginations. You might see a young person, I don't know, Dirty spoke, I don't mean to jump around, but he spoke on a dude. I'll wait till he get on here and we'll pop that up, because he got to tell y'all this story. Is he said the best basketball player in prison, the dude actually talked to himself. Like, he was like, this boy was cold, but yeah, he would be so cold. And if you ask him, if you say he can hoop, he'll say it's not him. Like, he'll start talking to whoever it is that's hooping like that. I say, I don't know. He said, but I don't know. What is y'all thoughts on that? Not to
You said
skip.
Dirty said that?
Yeah, Dirty said this. I mean, what do y'all think? People that talk to
Shit, you got me
themselves.
I'm trying to figure out who it is. That's crazy. I'm over
Damn, he
here
said the
just cause
dude
I
name. He said the dude name too. I'm gonna wait till he give it. I know he gonna pull it back up, man. But
say
I
he said his
say,
name. Was it Hall?
yeah. Was it Damn, I wanted to say he said the dude name was Mike or something. I don't know if Hall was his last name.
Mike.
I don't know, but I say
Sorry,
I keep on the 3 thing, man. I definitely want to say that I think that if dude would have made it through those trials and tribulations, he definitely would have been a prophet. He was not a popular person due to how you have to. I think really more so how you have to market music nowadays. You have a manager that says we're going to create beef, create problems with people, but it's like you're a better artist than them. So in this industry, you got to step on the competition. Like, you got to smash on the competition. And it's like, I really don't give a fuck what people think or none of that. So when you develop this mentality, you on a frequency where these music frequencies are like that, you're gonna run into a lot of issues, especially if you're very talented for real. I mean, if you're very talented, you're gonna run into a lot of people that want to knock you off your high horse. Is to say just a little bit. And if you somebody that's not going for it, you're gonna have you probably gonna have issues. That's why I say we have to change the mentality as far as our community. We got to go from the root work and actually change the root. Like, if the tree doesn't have, it doesn't stand up tall. So we got to go through and actually change the roots or the mindsets. But and this is just the raw truth, because I say speaking, this young man has children now that will never have that balance of their father. They might have uncles, brothers, mentors, but having a father there is that he will not be here. And I'm saying this was an angel walking earth. He was a small person, but dude had a very big heart, and wasn't scared of nothing. I mean, so but past that, I say on the raw truth, I think it's very important to move to that direction. I think it is very important to say raw truths. I am one of those people where a lot of times, not saying getting engaged and stuff. I put it like, try not to say anything directed towards anything, but I put it like this: if you have a a young person that comes up in this world, and say the mother told the kids that their daddy had, I seen a lady on Ayana Van Zant, but this lady was telling her daughters that the father was molesting their children because he had an affair on her and he left their mama. So these girls grow up their whole life thinking our father molested us. This is why we can't see our father until they go on the show looking for their father, only to find out that their mother lied to them for all these years. And the mother looked at the father like, you being messy, like why would you be doing this? So a lot of time when people feel exposed, the person who is exposing or wants that energy to cease is going to be a messy. They're going to be the problem. For anybody who exposes somebody who keeps a lot of, it's like you're a problem. But a lot of times you can save people's life. You can save the next generation from going through these crazy mentalities they have. The people around them will not give them the raw truth, or the people around them don't even their self accept the raw truth. And I think a lot of people think the truth is not important. They like, it's not any of somebody's business what somebody lies about, what somebody does. It's not other people's business. But if this planet is vibrating at a frequency that's going to shake all of that off, why would you indulge or continue to be around something that is not of a raw? I want raw fruits, raw truths. Yeah, I want the real thing. Give me the organic. Yeah, because I can't deal with the other side of it. But God body, I mean, yeah, who want to pick up from there?
Raw truth.
Okay, look, I see somebody said they wanted.
Raw truth.
Hey, look,
Raw
she's
truth.
finna speak. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. I'm gonna pull a K key and ruffle some feathers and say this, as far as in the Mo3 situation in particular, how he came to his demise. And the raw truth is, slippers count. And what I mean by that, not just in the form of you can lose your life, but you can lose your livelihood if you're not paying attention, if you're not moving the way you need to move. Raw truth is, once you elevate to a certain level, you have to leave certain shit behind. Period. No more fucking, once you make it out the hood, what they call the hood, no more fucking on the hood hoes where they stay at. No more going to their crib. You get it till you gotta figure something else out, or just don't fuck with them at all. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in tune with yourself, gotta be in tune with your star player. So once you elevate to a certain level, you can't be found milling around like that all the time. Not like that. Not when you living like you live. Now, certain people can kind of slide in and out, but when you got a big presence like that, yeah, and you rub motherfuckers the wrong way, you can't go back and do some of the things that you was already doing. It just don't. We gotta learn. We gotta learn. We gotta learn. Some of the young fellas that see music, learn from these motherfuckers that's going down right in front of your eyes. Cause if you doing the same shit and then you get popped down, shit, you was a fool. You was insane. Trying to do the same shit, looking for a different result. It ain't gonna work. Once you elevate, you gotta stay elevated. You can't just be just going all deep down in the muddy waters and I wanna lay in the trenches. Fuck it. I wanna be in the hood. Man, you better get your ass on somewhere. Cause there's motherfuckers out there that don't give a fuck about your name, about your legacy, or none of that shit. They don't give a damn about your kids, none of that shit. But when you live in that life, understand that slippers count. So you better stay on your P's and Q's. Keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? And stay. Once you get out the trenches, you don't go back in the trenches. They teach you that really at war. You in the trenches for safety for a little bit. Once you get up out of there, it's go. It ain't no going backwards. To the trenches, ain't no going backwards. Forward, march. Past that.
Well, I talked about it earlier. I talked about basically it being a really bad karmic soul tie that he was attached to, and she was a good disguiser. Her spirit was a really good cloak, as we would say in the spiritual world. But just like he said, he shouldn't have been around her. He shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been around her. From stories told, I mean, a lot of two or three of his firearms were removed. That kind of stuff. Just be like, this was, they got text messages out the son's phone. I'm just flabbergasted because if you look, they'll tell you that that was strategically planned. You feel me? So that's what it said. You got to sit your ass down sometime, especially when you got shit to lose. And I feel like he was a great person, but maybe his ego got in the way. Like oh, I'm gonna know. You already know who you is. Everybody already know who you is. Nigga, you ran down on the bus. Everybody by yourself. Like everybody knows who you are. You feel me? So I don't know. It's still up for them niggas though. I still feel some type of way. Everybody
she said,
for real,
she
like
said, still.
everyone involved. Everybody involved. I just
All right,
can't
so
let it
how
go.
does the average Mo3 fan feel? I have to ask that question.
They
Emphasis.
they hate
Uh-huh.
they hate Nugget Head with that Nugget Head nigga with that little thing on his Nugget Head.
You talk
We
about
all hate that nigga.
yeah, what
We all hate
yeah.
his back. What do you call him? His
The back
background
she
dancer.
say she said Yellow Beezy and Trap Boy for it. Say look, they put both of them out there. All right, so with that being said, what is
Man.
the best when people think about justice? Like, do people want to see is justice when the police come and get you and take you to jail, street? Like, I be really wanting to wonder. I really be wanting these things because I'm one of the people. Number one, um, the system. I don't want. I don't think people's ability to lock you up because there's so many people caught in that same system. If you learn enough, you can be a political prisoner, and they have so many
Right.
of them. I mean, we know how these, yeah, we know how these ethers work.
Mm-hmm.
So, end of the day, is it good for us to press and want people to be incarcerated? Is that the way to handle it, or can we come up with different ways to deal with our neighborhood affairs?
Um, I feel like they're gonna pay regardless. Let it be physically or spiritually. Like nothing goes unnoticed. So I be trying to tell folks like do whatever you want to do. I mean, this realm is already tore up, so they say, oh, the police not doing nothing. Well, we know for sure that the FBI probably is. So I just be minding my business because what's gonna happen, this is how I look at it. This is already written. So I just kind of let stuff play with everything because I'm in the same situation personally
Mm,
where there's no updates. There's so many different stories with my kid's father. So you just be at the point where you're like, you just gotta let shit play
yeah.
because people are miserable. You feel me? Like these are the kind of souls that do not be like, oh, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Like, no, they pester you. You gonna see them niggas every time you go to sleep. When you wake up in your dreams, all day, something gonna remind you of what you did to this person. So I just be letting shit fly for real. How I feel.
Man.
Ain't nothing we can do regardless. That's not supposed to already gonna happen.
And that's 1,000. That's 1,000. And to compound on what you just said, spoke on, Mo3 said that in some of his songs, like you can still see people face, in his dreams, like in his sleep. I mean, yeah, these are real things. I mean, yeah, energies don't die. So, bro, I take this even to say the way people eat. This is the raw truth. This is what I say, eating organically, just not to move around, but just to move around there for a second. Like, even what you eat, a lot of people don't kill the animals that they eat. If they did, they probably would stop eating the animal. And I'm just saying, like, if you throw it out there, if you say, hey, man, you cut a cow neck, you watch the cow bleed out, and all this and that, man, you probably will stop eating the animal. God body. And we got that boy up in here too, man. But yeah, you probably stop eating the animal. Dirty Mac, man, we was
What's
just pop out. Man, let's go ahead and put you here on Front Street, bro. Oh
Yes.
goodness.
Okay. So he said that the debt has to be paid, but it's not up to another soul
Mm,
to pay that debt
It
unless
ain't
you want to really pay that
right.
debt.
It really ain't for you to
So it's kind
decide.
of like y'all can say that, but nobody's out here murking nobody because they don't want to really pay that debt. You
mm,
go and do that for another person, then you go sit in jail, then your dumb ass got to answer in the
Right.
afterlife too. So it's kind of like you doing double life, like they be putting on our life in the
Double
physical.
jeopardy. Shit.
Man,
yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna mind
That's
my
cool.
business.
So you did say it's double jeopardy.
That's how I feel when you
I think it really depends, though. I think it
if it's not
depends.
self defense,
I think it
if you
depends.
murk
Yeah.
somebody, if you murk somebody and it's not self defense, that's and you go to jail for it. I feel like that's double jeopardy because you got to pay in the physical, then you got to pay in the astral,
I think
True
it
story.
depends.
and that's for every hand involved. That's what people don't be understanding. Every hand involved in that person's life being taken is a debt.
Mm.
Hmm. I
It's
say
Tilly. You.
I agree slash disagree with what he talking about because I can see it on both ends. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I can see it on both ends because say if I'm like Mo3 daddy, Mo3 brother, somebody like that that's real. I don't know, man. Somebody get it one of my brothers like that, my son like that. Yeah, I think I go ahead and rock that. I ain't really
That
tripping.
might be self defense, Ish.
I
I'm
ain't, I
sorry.
ain't.
That might be self
I mean,
defense.
you could probably end up like if it's an instant reaction and you can get to him right then and right away, you can claim some type of momentary insanity or whatever that shit called. What is that shit called? KK? That insanity shit.
Temporary insanity.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
okay.
shit like that where
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like heat of the moment type shit. You know what I'm saying? But um I wouldn't suggest no fan or nothing like that try to get no retribution for the man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think certain type of retributions are meant for certain people, far as in like family members and shit like that. You know, if they feel like that it's worth it, then fuck it. All right, cool. But if you ain't got no ties to this motherfucker really like that, then you know, shit. It's niggas out here that'll kill for one dude, but this dude would have never killed for him. But they don't know that though. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker would have never did that shit. It's motherfuckers doing time for niggas that would never do time for them ever. You know how you know? Cause they ain't even sent them no money.
Mhm.
Dirty, am I lying?
oh
Am I
Yeah.
lying? This
man, I'm
nigga been
telling
there
you.
doing cases for niggas and can't get a dime out them niggas. So you know, depending on which way you where you sitting at, when it comes to that situation, you know what I'm saying. That's what I say. That's
You better believe it. You better believe it, man. Like I say, people's loved ones getting taken. It's different if you die of natural causes, and I don't know, man. People killing people, take it. My little brother got killed. You know what I mean? One little brother missing. So it's easy to say, this shouldn't do it, man. If I ever got an opportunity, you know what I mean? So that type of things, that ain't no gangster stuff. It's just people. I don't know. Solo wasn't even out there like that. I'm a little bro, but some people, and music always gets the negative publicity that movies should get. You hear me? Because talking about killing, murder, sex, and drugs is much worse than seeing it. Seeing somebody get their throat. Just think of the visuals that we looking at. You know what I mean? So killing is at an all-time high. Thanks to the NRA, all these movies. You hear me? We sit and talk about the rap music, but I guarantee you, our premium shows that we watching got some type of murder, sex, and drugs in there. So it's to the point we don't even got to demonize that. They don't got to demonize us because we gonna do it for us. We gonna do it for them. You hear me? You see, Ja Morant finna lose $20 million for not committing a crime. You hear me? This is what it's like to be black in America. You hear me? All right, damn, did he commit a crime? Did he break a law? Did somebody get scratched at least? You hear me? They never miss an opportunity to punish a motherfucker, especially a nigga. So get a man 10 days suspension, and that's it. And let's move on. You hear me? 20 million.
Yeah, you brought up You brought up basketball, King. You brought up basketball. Who did you say? Because we speaking on mental health, people killing people and tripping. Who did you say the coldest basketball player was in prison?
Oh man, my partner. When I was at 2 yards, he walk around having full conversations like this, but ain't nobody there. He talking to somebody. You hear me? And I think the medicine that he on, he's seeing. I might not really understand, the spiritual world. I feel the spirit. I just don't see him. You hear me? And communicate with him, but I feel it. So, but I'm talking about NBA talent.
Yeah. So he was busting.
Who was?
He was busting the air, and who was doing
it? Man, huh?
He was summoning Jordan and shit while he was playing. He summoning the hoopers like it wasn't even him. you say he done it, and he tell him to play good looking.
He called. I'll tell you, all the teams trying to pay him to be on the team. You hear me?
Hey, I thought he was talking about somebody who was over there.
No. Who would you say probably the hardest? Hall and Bowie. You know what I mean?
I said Hall. Yeah. I was gonna say Bowie next. I was gonna say Bowie next.
Bowie a little more.
But when he said talking to himself, but I'm like Bowie crazy.
Nah, that's the other homie at Corey at Joseph Hart. This nigga, and this is C2 certified yard. These is Looney Tunes. I'm talking about C2 certified. Every schizophrenia, sociopathic, homicidal, homosexual, sociopathic, all the disorders. You hear me? Schizophrenia, all that shit, bro. I'm talking about, man. So, but that basketball, well, you can't fuck with him. You hear me? But just life, normal.
Nigga, I'm the coldest nigga you ever seen in that motherfucker. Nigga, stop lying, nigga. You know I'm the coldest nigga you ever seen in that motherfucker, man. You know I'm there, that nigga.
You're a Celtics fan, man. You're a Celtics fan. That's the only thing. The Celtics. I know they got y'all sick. At least they fought, though. They fought at least. They went home with their pride.
Nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, Jaylen Brown, that nigga's a disappointment. I'm sorry, we off subject.
But still,
get back in here, man.
Like Mo3 getting killed, though. That's why I say I got a little brother who got killed. So cold case. Nobody know nothing happened when I was in prison. One little brother missing. Cold case. There's some little dudes around. There's some names circulating in there. Motherfuckers think they slicker than an average bird, too. But that's gonna come to the light. But yeah, man. Somebody dying of natural causes, and then you having your family and loved ones taken from you. You got to do something. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's my little piece.
Real talk.
That's my little piece.
Square business.
Get up here, KK. Get up here, KK.
Hey, you gotta make it funny for real. I be trying to get people that be acting shy and out of the yeah. But hey, man, hey, square business. Hey, it's real talk. Yeah, bro. The raw truth of the matter is, like Dirty said, movies and images are putting people head, and I personally call it the Grand Theft Auto theory. I have seen more murders attributed Grand Theft Auto type killings than I have rappers speaking on it. But people don't talk about the video games. You cannot tell me there is no coordination between games like Grand Theft Auto and people putting masks on their face and jumping out in cars in middle of freeways. You can't tell me this is all based on music. You can't tell me a lot of it's not pre-planned, planned out. I do think you definitely pay for stuff. See what happened? I definitely think you pay for stuff in this world and the afterworld. So yeah, no debt is left unpaid. But I do question it's like you say, self-defense. Yeah, the raw truth of the matter is if you have time to plan out, man, and hunt, I don't know. It's like I this eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth thing. I damn sure think that's true. I don't want to see on this. We can't even talk what we really want to say.
The eye for eye leave everybody blind. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. Eye for eye leave everybody blind. But at the same time,
hey, who blew the best in the dark? Then who blew the best in the dark? If it comes down to that,
yeah,
we gotta leave everybody. Like I say, it really just depends, bro. I ain't trying to cut you off, but it really just depends.
No, you got you.
You know what I'm saying? You don't go to war for nothing. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, if it's your people, you know what I'm saying? I know my brothers are cut for me. And some shit like that with them. Straight up. And the people ain't trying to handle nothing. And if they get a sniff or something, yeah. I already know. So my little nigga, you already know what's up, my little nigga. Keanu. So yeah. Would I do it for him? Yeah, because I already know what he about. You know what I'm saying? So in certain situations, yeah. In certain situations, no, you let that shit.
I feel like the universe will make it so y'all can never see these people. I went back to the city where they killed my baby daddy at, and I ain't see none of these people, and they live there. You feel me? They're from there. I couldn't run into them. I always, stay protected. But I couldn't run into these people. I wanted to see these people, but I didn't want it to be like, oh, you going to their house kind of thing. But anywho, that's just how I felt. Like if they don't want you to do no dumb shit, they'll never let these people cross your path for real. That's just how I feel.
No, that is
that's truth.
Yeah, no, that's a ban, and I think in the case going back to Mo3, in that case, I think a lot of his family, a lot of how do you put this? Because a lot of people wonder that. They be like, man, why ain't nobody slide for 3? Or why these people still walking around? Different things like that. So I don't think they understand how these bags, that type of game. It's not even to go into, but if we was gonna go into it from a spectator, who's gonna go into it like this? A person that oh girl, who is old girl? I was just
that's my sister. She said she's still she's saying the same thing Like she ain't ran into somebody she really need to run into. You
Mhm.
feel me?
That
She
you need
like
to
I
run
still ain't.
into. So
Yeah.
with that case, like y'all got the 411, the beat. Like, is it one of them cases, small place, everybody know what happened? Is that the type thing that happened?
Yeah, I mean Charleston pretty big, but you still run into people.
Yeah,
Where she at? Cause she in Charleston, so it's like it's pretty big, but you still run into folks.
yeah, true
It's
story,
odd. She still ain't running against girls. Crazy.
true
You just
story.
won't.
I mean, so on the raw truth, if every time somebody did this, if we went back and completed street justice, isn't it just a cycle that's gonna continue forever? I mean, where does it stop? Because I personally feel like that too. If you touch somebody, anybody close to somebody, and you know for a fact this is who did it, that person probably, you know what I'm saying? It's only really one way. I don't know too many people. I mean, I don't know too many people that I can look at and respect and be like, man, this person killed somebody no close to me. I'm about to call the police. Like, I just don't. I don't see. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Especially if you see it, and I mean, I don't know. That just don't. It don't even strike. You know what I'm saying? It don't even strike right.
Right.
But past that, I say the raw truth of the matter is even if the police and they give somebody the death, like, see, because this is where we're at with this. It's a never ending cycle, but in some states they can execute you. Some states doesn't have the death penalty. Some do have the death penalty. So it's okay if somebody puts you in an electric chair and tie you down and put a metal helmet on your head and turn on electricity. They didn't just kill somebody, but if you kill somebody, child, a brother, sister, mama, if they go out and do the exact same thing because they know who did it, I just this part makes me struggle with not only the mentality. It's like you start seeing where people the suffering that people go through. You start seeing why how he say the dude can hoop and he crazy. 9 out of 10, he went through so much that he just started having to talk to somebody. It probably was it might have been a little spirit or something next to him. Like, hey, man, you can do any motherfucking thing. Fuck, we gonna ignore all these other people. These other people, man, it's just me and you shit. And that's it. And that person, whatever it is, makes him think that. I think some people go crazy because the world is too much for them to take. So they mind makes up another world, or it might even be a world that's really there that everybody else can't see.
It's
I
A
struggle to
definitely
see.
parallel
It might be.
universe.
There we go.
definitely the narcotics. The narcotics take people to a different parallel zone to where, you hear me? They open up receptors in your mind that's, you hear me, that's normally will be closed and shit. It's just like all the music. The music wouldn't be as good as it is if it wasn't for the drugs. You know, look at the Ray Charles, fiend out. They on all the musicians down there fiend out. You hear me? They rich and successful, but let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? So these stimulants, because it's positive sides and it's negative sides to it. You know, so just you'll see some people in prison. They on the go out, they getting on some muscle fitness magazines chiseled. Like, God damn, this motherfucker cut up looking like a, you hear me? Motherfuckers working out for hours. You know what I'm saying? You can micromanage it. But like I say, I'm telling you. So the definitely the physical realm, I think the narcos open up the spiritual, the mental realm. You hear me? That's what I think the narcos do. And then, like the liquor, motherfuckers, what they call the spirits. A drunk motherfucker. You hear me? You can't stand to be
Right.
around a drunk motherfucker. God damn. God damn. You know what I mean? Hey,
Yeah.
Okay.
spirits.
Some people turn into a whole different person when
I'm
they.
trying to tell you, them spirits latch on. All the spirit need is a vessel to latch on. Because once the spirit disconnects from the physical realm, this is death. So all we into with the physical realm, the conscious, you know, that's the people's perception, the conscious world. But the spirit, hey man, we haven't been taught to cultivate it because they got us enslaved with these religious indoctrinations. You hear me? So they not gonna teach us to cultivate it. You know, every spiritual book in the world is describing people who look like us being the gods. But we're being submissive to God. And who is in the image of God, unfortunately, right now in America? Who is Jesus? Well, the image of Jesus is the white Jesus. Islam, that's the second biggest religion, and it's an Arab. Muhammad. Where's our face on the religion? You know what I mean? So that's my question against the indoctrinations and they faces on the money, they faces on the school system and the religious indoctrination. And we speak English. So this isn't our culture. So the killing, the murders that mass murder that we watch on TV every day is fucking up our psyche. But I'm fucked up. I can admit it. I don't like if the movie don't got no murder, sex, and drugs in there, I don't want to watch it. You hear me? That's the truth of the matter. I think, man, turn that shit off. If motherfuckers going to college, getting married and shit, graduating, who wants to see that shit? You hear me?
But see, I'm weird like that. I can't watch that shit.
Oh, I can dig it. See, then now you reprogramming your mind. You're reprogramming your mind. You hear me?
Hey, you heard me?
Yeah.
What you be watching?
For real. I'm like,
I'll be watching.
What's the show?
I'll be watching all kind of stuff.
Give me what's the name of the show? Give me a hit show.
But I really don't watch TV.
There you go. Yeah. Information.
No, I listen to like. Listen to like little music and shit.
Yeah, I can dig it.
But I when I did watch TV, I used to just watch. I could watch spiritual shows. I can watch scary movies because it helped me because of my medium power and stuff. It helped me put things together. But for the most part, I'm not watching no drama shit. I'm not watching no ghetto shit.
They got ways.
And I'm not
now.
watching.
They got
and I'm
ways.
not hoes. I ain't watching no hoes. Y'all know how I feel about hoes.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Now listen.
I gotta watch that. If you want to, you write some women in there. That's how you fill up the wheel.
Hey, don't let them niggas in the pit hear that. The niggas in the pit, you ain't watching the bitches.
No,
hell no. Get VH1, get some VH1. Yeah, I'm telling you, softball games.
Yeah, so, lit.
For sake of conversation, Indigo said that it'll be the situation to be where you don't even get a chance to be around those people, right? So, for the sake of conversation, what have I said? As powerful as we can be, we still not in total control. So in situations where we want to get that retribution, that get back, we want to do some things. Like you said, it's just, it end up, you can't even find them. Or whatever, they get locked up or something else, whatever the case is, you can't get to them like you want to get to them. Regardless of whatever faith a person followed, there's still a higher entity that's in total control. What you gonna say to that? What would you say to that? Anybody?
I'll say.
Go ahead.
I'll say the fake woke niggas gonna tell you ain't no higher power and ain't nobody to answer to. You know, you got those people. And then us who really know, we know that each decision of your free will has some type of consequence if it's good or bad. So I don't know. It just depends on where they sit because you'll see Christians do shit and they supposed to believe in the higher power. You don't even know what be going on in their head. A lot of folks' heads. So who knows? I think the schizophrenic guy got the most sense because he got all the ancestors with him. I don't care what nobody say. You feel me? He could be crazy. He know he got somebody around him.
This is my.
It's helping him get through.
Right, it might not be good, but look.
Yeah,
this is my.
Yeah, they tap. See, people like that. They tapped into something we can't even you know, we can't even fathom to think like that. While we
They on
kind of be
another
looking at them
dimension.
like they fucked up.
They're on another dimension. My best friend's brother is like that, and he says that he's a king, and he doesn't understand why they have us as slaves down here because he's a king on another realm, and he don't get what's going on. So he flips out all day because he's like, "Bruh,
I'ma tell
I'm
you
a
what's
slave
going
right
on.
now."
I'ma tell you what's going on. As niggas, blacks, African Americans, Negroes, whatever they want to call us, they have taught us to place our religious indoctrination over our nationhood and our pride. You hear me? So whatever cult we represent, whatever gang we represent, is more important than our nationality. And this is where we had. This is why they divide and conquer us. It's just like the tribes that are recognized federally, nationally, they get reparations, land, money, things of this nature.
The
But them
Mongoloids,
calling us blacks, African Americans, yeah, I mean whoever they are, you hear me? The Indians or the Eurocentric Indians that's taking all the money. So
they
like I
Mongoloids.
said, as long as we keep Mongoloids, so but they getting the resources, they getting all the natural resources that belong to the nine ether people. But you know, they divide us and they call us every different thing, and we have an individual, we have an overwhelming desire to be individual instead of a unit. And they taught us that this is how they can conquer and rule over us. I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, I'm Hebrew Israelite, I'm Morris Science Temple, I'm a Blood, I'm a Crip, I'm GD, I'm folks, man, anything but the same, nigga. You hear me? That's the nigga shit that we be on.
Yeah, buddy.
We anything but the same. You hear me?
God, buddy. Hey, he hit that shit on the head. Anything but the same. I agree, but I definitely think the narcos are a big a tribute to that. The fact that we don't use the farm, we want to use the farms, I think is a very big a thing to that. Them people who talk to themselves, I think that if ayahuasca tea wasn't illegal, if mushrooms weren't illegal, if iboga root was not illegal, people would know that there are other dimensions or other realms around them all time. There are actually things that go to the ground that, that
I have to cut you. I'm sorry. Mushrooms are illegal.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah,
Hell
what do you
yeah.
Yeah, that's
mean?
environmental too.
I mean,
Hell yeah.
hey,
Real
real shit.
man.
I mean, you would say that. How does something grow out of the ground? Hey, shout out to G Model.
All
Hey,
that shit
good
grow out the
energy your
ground.
way.
All
Good
that
energy
shit.
your way, goddess.
Every
Most
drug
definitely.
come out the ground.
But see, and
Yeah, I'm
this
just
is how
tripped
they make
out.
it. Oh yeah, this is the thing that makes it okay. Okay, they say that it's a psychedelic. It takes you away from, you know,
Sibling.
it makes you see things. Yeah, it's a psychedelic, bro. But I say, when they say the herbs should heal the nations, that was real. And the reason why we think that we're different is because me and the God is we did a live on this the other day when we spoke on the story of Jesus, aka Yahshua. We broke this down to where we go to the story of Heru is where this story derives from. Now, the story of Heru is the word hero in Latin. Where is your hero? It is a person's will. So when they say Jesus sacrificed his life or died on the cross for people's sins, what they were actually saying that a person sacrificed their Lord or animal spirit for a higher consciousness or a higher form of thinking for their Godhead. They killed the Sahu, lower nature, and they were striving to be Asur, which means perfect. Now you have Aset, you have all different type of deities that we put there, but they were all attributes of one spirit. They were all, so once you connect that spirit, you realize that you're connected to everything else. So if we're not grounded in our true spiritual nature or who we truly are, then yeah, we're gonna easily defunct or be against or want to do. right now, man, everything is based off of money for the not this is not for the people who know that they are the value. This is definitely not for the people that know that you are valuable. But for the people who believe in money, man, money, people don't respect you unless you got money. People don't respect your ideas, opinions. Shut the fuck up. If I got more money than you shut the fuck up. This is really
That's
where,
America.
where we at.
This is
Hey, in
America.
America,
It's
if I
America.
got more money than you need to listen to me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is hey, shit, this is how it
Oh,
really
Boy,
goes. Square business. So realizing that it's only, we don't have to look too far to see why people are crazy. We can't deal in raw truth. If you tell somebody, hey man, you don't have no money, you broke, you homeless or anything like that, hey man, don't say that. These people cannot be heard. And the last thing that they want to hear is somebody tell them that they broke. If you really broke and you're really going through something, the last thing you want to hear is somebody actually call you broke. And the thing is broke could mean broken. Just because you're broken doesn't mean that you can't be fixed. But we definitely have to get back
why are we
to our
above
source.
correction though? Why are we above correction if everything you said about me is true? You
Mm-hmm.
hear me?
The
Everything you
ego,
said about me is
Yes,
true,
go.
and I can't hear it.
the
Yeah.
ego, the lower self, cognitive dissonance. I mean, don't nobody want to hear what's wrong with them, but people who actually want to sacrifice that lower self and who wants to actually change. For real. People battle their lower self all day. And my big thing is I'm not gonna be a slave to no goddamn low vibrational mug. So it's just best to think of it in whatever way can get you to realize that it's trying to take over. And I mean it's not there for nothing but self destruction if you think about it. So I don't know. People don't like to hear the truth.
Yeah.
They need to quit
No.
talking and quit asking questions because they don't want to know the truth. They shouldn't ask no questions at all. And at the end of the day, if you give another person your opinion, that's just your opinion, so they shouldn't really worry about it. But in America, though, Jack, what we're talking about is the vibrations of everybody, the waves and the sounds. It affects kids more than it affects the
yeah,
adults.
vibration.
Hey, yeah, bro, you
And
sound like you inside a robot right now, God body.
Yeah, hey, you need to fix your vibration.
brother, hold on. Let me get off. I know what it is. Hold on. I know
Yeah,
what it is,
God
bro.
body.
Can y'all hear me?
Word life.
You know what it is.
Word life. Yeah, we
You
can
know
hear
what
you.
it
Hello?
is.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, that sound a lot better,
It's
God.
it
Square
fix
business.
your vibrations.
Yeah. Shit, for real. Square business.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta crack a little jokey joke
First
here and
off,
there, man.
salute. First
Go
off,
ahead, y'all.
salute. What was you saying though? We can hear you now.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
we,
Hello?
Y'all done made that man forget what he was gonna say. Yeah, damn
Nah,
nigga took
it's like I went like this.
he Blake. Yeah, he said pop, got him. Got
Ain't
him.
that it?
Yeah.
Ain't
Real
that
talk.
it?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you.
Hey,
Hello? Nah,
what's up,
it
bro?
like
There you go.
what I was saying though, like it affects our children when everybody take for granted of how they can see, how they can hear, how they see everything before anybody else. Like your child have an imaginary friend. Majority of them do. My son used to used to talk to someone. It was my father. How I knew it was my father because the things that he would do. He would twiddle his thumbs. He would do certain things that only my dad would do, and he would say things to me only my dad would say. So like the vibrations of the kids are like on like with the music, kind of like with the music, how they speak certain things to the music. It all plays into the same thing. 90% of the people that do music, go check out their mental health. Go check out how they think. Go check out their line. 90% of them people are on that type of vibration where they done had friends they probably talk to themselves 90% of the time. So can y'all hear me?
Mm.
Oh yeah, you
I
good,
can
guy.
dig
You
it.
good.
I
You
can
good.
dig
Hello?
it. Yeah, sir. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You good? You
Yeah.
good?
The time, man. People got
That is not the spot.
like I say, I definitely believe in the spirit world. And I believe this is my personal opinion. And this shouldn't affect what one that we think as a whole. I think us as African Americans, that's the main thing that we're not cultivating is the spirit. Because we've been taught these false indoctrinations. They controlling the mental, they controlling the visuals, they controlling our diets. You hear me? As far as the meats and all the things that we consume, and this shit is blocking our energy stations. It's blocking our chakras. So we're not fully we when we try to cultivate the spirit, the first thing we do is turn to a book instead of start rhythmic breathing and tapping into the God spirit. Meditation, we're watching 3-hour show. We won't spend even 30 minutes trying to cultivate the mind with the meditation and the prayer and manifesting energy because it's too many distractions. I tell people the slaves wasn't paying water bill, light bill. They wasn't paying for rent. Do you understand me? You hear me? They wasn't paying none of this shit. And they knew they was in slavery. First off, we don't even know. So the truth is beyond measure and it's too offensive to most people. So that's why they indulge in fantasy island, religion. You hear me? Selling fantasies and hopes and dreams because you can't tell people the truth. Like we said, if I'm busted up, I'm fucked up, I'm trying to go out all the time, I don't got no money, yet I'm trying to buy drinks, I'm trying to smoke weed, whatever vices, I'm spending your money, but you can't tell me, hey man, you busted up, bro. You need to sit back, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You can't tell me that because the truth is not appealing. He said, don't appeal the truth unless you prepare for the anger that comes with disenchantment, disbelief. So how are we supposed to build each other up if we can't even give a motherfucker a proper assessment? Our friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
It's that don't believe it till you see it shit. Right? Like a broke man can tell a person how to manage their money on the strength of he has firsthand knowledge of what it looks like to lose all his shit. So he know what steps not to take. You see what I'm saying? But you can't tell some people things if they feel like they haven't seen you actually do something. Like if I say, oh yeah, man, I can rap, right? And a bunch of niggas be like, nah, I ain't never seen him in no booth. And then, boom, you rap. Oh, damn, I didn't know you could rap. I just told you. Right? But it's that I gotta see it to believe it. Right? We definitely have a problem, like you said, with actually tapping into spiritual to actually tapping in to our true spiritual. Where we at, what we need to do, how we need to walk, how we need to talk, how we need to move. You know what I'm saying? I love rap music just like everybody else. One thing I will say is I wish that certain talents like Mo3, will have a more positive narrative to their music. You know what I'm saying? I know it'd be too much like right for it to happen, dirty. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that I wish that, some of the more talented rappers that we have in the industry actually, do some really positive. I don't want to hear you say something positive one song and then the next song you talk about sliding again. So that's contradicting the whole song you led off with.
I think that they be trying to
it
cross the
sound good.
genres.
It sound good.
I think people cross the genres. if you got some jewels and a message, that's the influence that rap music has. You hear me? That they often place them in positions of leaderships like politicians and teachers. You hear me?
Yeah, I want to cross all the way over though. I don't
Yeah.
want to just cross over for a song or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead and cross your mentality and your actions all the way over.
I don't think people will buy it.
You
Me
see
personally,
what I'm saying? Let it be a growing process. You see what I'm?
Yeah.
I ain't saying change overnight.
People in America, people like John Wick, Jeffrey Dahmer, Rambo, 007.
Toby.
Yeah.
I think
Toby
that's the problem.
Nigwe.
I think that's the problem.
Toby
Us.
That's one. It's only it only be one.
We
J.
can't be too
Cole, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and him. That's probably 3 conscious rappers. That's 3.
Toby.
That's
No, it's a
3.
whole bunch, but they underground.
It's more than that. They just don't get
It's a lot
mainstream.
of them.
Say it again. So you answering your own question. You say you like to see more of it.
Yeah. But actually, it ain't gonna just it take us too.
And that's a false accusation, because niggas right now, we free, we you know, shit is better than ever before. You know, we under this fucking spell.
So they say.
Yeah,
so they say.
You know, we fucked up. So I tell.
What's up with
you? Hear me? The music.
Yep.
The story. Because the story about people getting killed like that, I'm like, is people getting killed? Yeah. Is everybody on drugs? Yeah. And so are they telling real, actual stories? You know, it was 300 mass school shootings. You heard me? Last year, school children. How they shooting up the schools and killing, you know, I'm like, but John Wick don't got nothing to do with that shit. You hear me?
So, Dirty Mac, question for you, guys. So, is it important for people to be able to speak to people and tell them the raw truth without people getting offended or being able to digest that truth? Is that important, or the truth, it don't really matter anyway? Like everybody reserved to their own mind.
Right there at the spot.
I think everybody got their own perception not past people's indoctrinations. It's 3 main indoctrinations that control people or molds people's perception. That's the monetary institution, what class you on, middle class, poverty, or upper class, your educational status, and your religious indoctrination. You take these 3 main institutions, this is what molds the masses' perceptions in America. So can people think along or outside the box? Or the diet? What's the food pyramid? You're supposed to eat 3 times a day. They told you that shit because they own the hospital, and that's 30% of the economy. They know you're gonna have, by the time you 40, eat 3 times a day in America, you're gonna have diabetes, you're gonna have high blood pressure, you're gonna have some type of, you know what I'm saying, health, physical condition because of the diet, because we haven't been questioning the indoctrination. So people is under this illusion that there is some type of free thinking going on. Oh, I'm free. I've been in prison. Freedom is in the mind. You hear me? We've been in there. You hear me? Shit, we locked up, but then we having a good time. Man. Some motherfuckers, man, we laughing so hard. Man, them niggas having too good of a time in prison. You're goddamn, you niggas is in prison. Right. Hey, man, enjoy the gift of laughter, man. Enjoy the gift. Suffering is universal, man. The gift of life, it could be snatched away any given second, you know. So people is indoctrinated. It's controlled thinking. Everybody's thinking is controlled. Ask them what they think about religious indoctrination. They're gonna start spitting the script. It's like Friday. What happened? They're gonna go to a script. They memorize the script like movie lines. You know what I mean? Oh, this is Psalms 82 and 6. It says, ye are gods. We're children of the Most High. You hear me? That's Psalms 82 and 6. That's a script. Hey, man, that's in doctrine. That's doctrine. You know, so in Egypt, we couldn't summarize the word in the one word. It was omnipotence. God was in the trees. He's in the grass. He was there. It's masculine. It's feminine. That's why they say the God of monotheism and polytheism is the belief in many gods. Monotheism is the belief in one God. So, hey, man, and we don't believe the God within. We believe in the God of the book. most of us are the book. We praise. We walk around like it's a sword. The book. We got the book in our arm, cuffing it. You know, like man. But we're not actually treating people like, you know. Mm.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I'll say again, man. Shout out to Gma. I agree with what she's saying here. Like, we got to start living the truth. Like, even for us people that do a lot of speaking, it's one thing to speak, but then it's another thing to actually live through your higher self. So we got to start focusing that. And the reason why I asked that question, like, yesterday was one of the, I'm not gonna say a big day for me, but however which way, to just say the least, my daughter graduated from the institution. These same
Congratulations.
institutions, God body, these same institutions that we speak on. I look at it as a great time to celebrate her um, moving on from that part of the institution and what the institution taught her up until this point. Now, her mother has a mother and father that are as my daughter grandparents. I have parents that are mothers and fathers. To my daughter, those are her grandparents. To me, I look at these times like it should be a good thing. Like everybody should be like, oh, Kelsey graduating, and it should be like a great big celebration.
How much is your Christmas,
This
man?
these
15.
energies.
They big too. They already I got ready. Now I'm supposed to make that up for you now.
Yeah. So now instead you had these energies where just to say the least, these energies proceed to where certain people don't speak. Okay, just me keeping it real, me keeping it one above. So a woman looks at a new person you with and say that's the new person. They have told the young people not to like this person, and then they start creating rifts. I've never been invited to a child's birthday party. Ever since I split from their mama, never. I throw they parties, but me being invited, even my son football games, if he have a football game, no, you don't have a reason to be at because there's still this feeling of we not together and I got these kids. Rather I say, man, let them live with me. Basically, I'm saying even if people let these actions, if no other women steps to a woman and say, look, you messing your children up, you creating certain things in their life that they gonna repeat because of your anger. It's not just affecting you. It gets to a point to where I start thinking myself, man, we gotta live truths because we affect the next generation. If we let certain stuff slide and keep slipping through, one person might not be able to make a person live their truth. But I guarantee you, if your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, if everybody around you is telling you, hey, like that's not correct in them actions. When people start assisting or just agreeing with people just for the hell of agreeing with them, and the stuff they not doing is correct, where's the growth? Like this is why our community is done like this. This is why deaths like Mo3 take place. This is why the we can be used. Our community, if you want to sell cigars, you want to sell liquor, whatever you want to sell, just go build up in these people communities, bro, because they not gonna ever organize and correct themselves. Like it almost seemed like we've been done so bad. Now we are living in the times where they said the last
That's
shall
why
be
we need
first and the first,
reparations.
but but
Reparations, bro.
we and no, what you're saying is real, but we are on reparation too
We
as
should never
well.
been taught the wrong information from Jump Street. We got to get
God
taught
body.
self-correct knowledge from Jump Street. We shouldn't have to unlearn and then relearn the correct knowledge, the correct way to eat. Hey man, you mean to tell me I'm not supposed to be eating these steaks and things that's dead? I'm supposed to be eating plants because we're on a
You
planet.
think we ready for
We're on a
reparations right
planet.
now?
It's a big thing right now, but they got us more involved in sports and college football and basketball and right now, people they talking about in California giving African Americans over $300,000 to $400,000 for reparations. It's a big deal right now.
But if you call yourself an African American, you're not eligible for reparations.
But it's
No,
trained from the descendants of slavery, so they
you
tracing the
have to
black.
have you have to be indigenous. Slaves don't get any rights ever per the Constitution. So that's why we don't need to be following even their constitution, because they keep saying the founding forefathers created this, but whose founding forefathers? Because if you think about it, we don't have no rights, period, if we go by any of their laws. That's why they said the best thing to do is say you're indigenous, because indigenous falls under ancestral domain. And ancestral domain is real land and stuff allotted on each country, I guess, for indigenous people. That's all I wanted to say.
That's true for indigenous people. But once again, the history and the lies that's been taught in the schools, we don't know that we are the indigenous peoples to America. You know, that's the part we don't know. They taught us, they brought us here on slave ships. We the Indians that they talking about. You know, so
They're trying to turn us into Moors.
that was once a colony. That was once a colony, that was ruled, a peace treaty. This is Morris territory. But actually it's a peace treaty. How y'all doing today? That's nationality though. That's when we were all in allegiance. What's the religious indoctrinations on the podcast? How many different ones?
I don't have any.
Yeah,
I'm omnious.
Omnis,
omniscient, real tight.
omniscient. Okay.
I'm not omniscience, man. Yeah, knowledge of everything, knowledge of all, man. Omnipotence and omnipresent, man.
I can dig
Everywhere
it.
at one time.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I got a
We
question
didn't
for you.
already have, it's not that we had the knowledge and we allowed them to reprogram us. We were cursed. What is it called? Technically a virus. Like,
They're the
it was
curse.
a
They're the curse.
widespread virus.
They're the curse.
There was a widespread virus that ran through everybody.
Yeah.
And if you see, it's still in 98% of these people.
Yeah, they
So
like the curse.
it's not that we already had the knowledge. We allowed them to reprogram us.
It's the government agencies. That's the curse. The institutions.
MK Ultra.
Yeah. But the free thinking thing is everybody's under some type of supervision. Indoctrinate. The monetary system. We all get up and work and move for money. So we're under that monetary slavery. I know we don't like getting up at 5 in the morning. Fighting in traffic. But we got to build up our networking system. Our network increases our net worth. So that's what we got to do. We got to build up little system. Everybody's conglomerating right now. Mega billion-dollar corporations is. Where he done ran off, man? How did he done ran off
Hey. So that she spoke on the eligibility thing. So my question is, regardless of eligibility or not, let's just say for the sake of conversation, we are eligible. Do you think this is a good time
to get
to
400,000?
give our culture?
Yes, shit. We got to come up with a name first. We can't
do
come
you
up with
think,
one name.
Do you think the end result? Do you think that at this point in time, with the way us Black people, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, move as a whole, right?
We're
now,
just gonna turn
do you
around and
think
give it right back to them.
No,
We're gonna turn around and
no,
give it right back to them. But
so?
are we in
no.
position to keep
In the
our own
money
money?
system,
No.
no, we're trying to beat a system that was never designed for us to win. If they literally have done everything they could to us, do we really think that there's any loopholes? And this is for grandma. She says, there any loopholes in the Black laws maritime? Maritime is also illegal in the ancestral realm and on the physical realm. Maritime law shouldn't be a thing. You can't have law over the waters that you haven't even really discovered. It makes absolutely no sense. So there are no loopholes because there's not a part in this system that will allow us to be where we need to be as a whole at all. The program isn't for us at all. The matrix isn't for us at all. So no, I don't think I don't think so. I don't think we're getting reparations because it isn't our monetary system. We used to barter and sell with silver and gold. And until they give us our gold back out of the Vatican, there's nothing going to happen for us that needs to happen because we have to go on one currency, which will be gold and silver. We have to get off of their devil money. But none of that's going to happen. Why? Because look at what we're dealing with. And you think niggas are going to wake up one day and be like, oh, kumbaya. We're all on one accord. Come on, oh, y'all, let's go to DC and fuck it up. Let's go to Cali and fuck it up. And let's go to Disney World where they're trafficking the kids and putting them through the portals and fuck them up. No, it's just too
See,
much.
that's the nationality. That's back to the Constitution, the 3/5, how they stripped us of. The first thing was the native tongue, the names, and the nationality. See, like just like the Chickasaw Nation. Well, we got a head count. We're all the same. Let's go to federal DC grounds and we're a tribe of people. The blueprint has been done over and over, but we refuse to come together and unite under one umbrella because I'm Christian, he's Muslim, he's Hebrew Israelite, he's a Moor. Their spirit, it's too much individualism going on right now. That's the poison that they gave to African Americans. We're the most creative people in choreography, science, sports, music. We're creative. But if they can divide us, they can conquer us. We have to come to see things in unison in 6 phases of growth, educationally, economically, especially politically, community, and social development. And once we get that together, we got to find a way to protect it. Because as history keeps repeating itself, they just gonna come steal our wealth. This is a continual process that's going on because we're under this false indoctrination that we free. Everybody coming to they calling it gentrification right now. They coming to the ghetto. You seeing white people walking German shepherds in the ghetto. Like, what the fuck is going on? You hear me? For real.
Hey, what you
KT.
Yeah. God body.
What if I told you that the reason the people of our color can't come together as a whole for the greater good of money is because that is not our God? What would you say to that?
I would say that's 1,000% correct. I mean, I would say that there's all type of rituals on the money that we spend every day that we are not aware of. I mean, I think if we knew the symbols on money, we would already knew exactly what it was geared to do. Am I willing to go through and break that down for somebody whose mind is not really prepared for that? No. And the reason why I wouldn't do that is because I don't want no one to think bad about money. Your mind is how it works. So you need this stuff to survive in the system it is. So you don't need a poverty mindset. Like, we got enough of the poverty mental capacities. And I wouldn't far want somebody to be underdeveloped and develop a poverty mind state because you have given them things that made them hate money or hate survival. Like, nah, you use it as a tool. Will I say we use these tools once we get them for the wrong thing? Yes, but we do have to get to the point where we stop blaming, stop giving your power over to these entities, in whatever people you think did something to you, stop giving them your power away. Like, if you have power presently here today, if you got a voice, if you got 10 fingers and 10 toes, you can get up and make something move. I mean, you can make something shake. If you able-bodied, you can get up. Like, we don't have to keep blaming white people. Hey man, face it, white people have to make money just like the Nubian descent people do. And I don't think it's no such thing as a white person.
It's the system.
I mean, I don't think it's such thing as a
war
black
over
person.
the race. It's the system.
Yeah, but I'm saying the divide and conquer works well in that realm too. Some of these people are light beings. Some of us are light beings. Some of us are not light beings. Your skin color is not gonna depict on if you got light. Man, I've been fed and I didn't peep that and tried to rock that for a long time. Hey, bro, but it's white devils and it's black devils. If we gonna put
That's part of
labels
the
on it, it's
indoctrination.
it's
You
out.
hear
But
me?
no.
That's
When I'm
part of the
saying
indoctrination. We're
when I'm
together.
saying what
We're
I'm
all
saying
one
is this.
people. Yeah.
It is definitely that it's going to be a universe coalition of universal people, and whoever raises their sphere of influence or their aura enough, they will be able to survive on this planet. If your frequencies are not raised, you're not going to survive. I mean, and I don't think it's going to be based. Now, don't get it twisted. Melanin is a source of protection. Definitely, if the sun heats up, that's what was you saying, Goddess? I know she was about to
Y'all
speak.
know I be mad.
Yeah,
Okay, so anybody of Caucasian race or lighter race, any of Yaku's children, as I call them, will tell you that we're all from the same source, they say, but we're not all of the same
tribe.
people. That's why there's so many tribes. So I have to tell people I'm not of the creation, I'm of the creators.
There we go.
And that's just how I feel. So I do feel like him, like he said, everybody's gonna have to vibrate high enough to say, oh, this person still either regardless of color, this person has a soul. Because I know that this person the same color as me has no soul based on their actions and based on what they do. So I do agree with that. I wanted to ask y'all about the debt ceiling though. Like, does anybody know what's going on with the debt ceiling? Because America has ran out of money and no one wants to talk about it. And
Reaganomics. The rich get
they
rich,
have a
the poor get
they
poor.
have a
They
deadline.
squeezing
They have a
all the
deadline.
water. They ain't even nothing to ring. They
Hey,
just
hey, guys,
spilling.
I am happy you brought that up. And a lot of people don't want to speak on the debt ceiling because the truth of the matter is, if you look into the debt ceiling and you look into those things, it'll be obvious that the game is rigged. Is fixed. It's meant to say, why do we think that these made up catastrophes, these sicknesses, these illness, you need to go get this. We don't understand that what are you in debt to? When we think about money and we think about how this whole system works from Jump Street, what are you in debt if money is fiat currency that we currently use now and somebody can print it, what is the debt ceiling? They've been saying none of this is back.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, for instance, in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
my mama's bank, she can either use her American identity or they'll let her use her Jamaican identity. That's how serious it is. Like, you can either throw your social security number away and don't ever use it in Jamaica, or if you can use it for a benefit. So I think the debt ceiling is because they owe everybody, and England owes everybody, and England owns America right now. So
So so
it's
when
kind of like
uh-huh.
the superpowers. This who the superpowers teamed up with. That's how you know like what's going on because they introduced BRICS, which is the really I say BRICS came from the ancestors because it's one world currency of silver and gold. And they're trying to say, oh, the new world order is trying to come through. Like, what are y'all trying to brainwash people into thinking that England and America can really make the rest of the world do anything? They're kind of done with us.
That's why they
So
teaching that we are the world shit because they sitting on a stolen legacy. They sitting on all your gold and diamonds. People,
hey
that's
so
all your shit. You hear me? We are the world. You hear me? Oh, I steal
so
all your shit. I steal all your shit. You hear me?
so 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 think of currency and how they back stuff. What would be better than a back currency by land? Like instead of backing currency by gold and diamonds, if you really was intelligent, why not just back it by land? You know, whatever somebody
Bill
owns.
Gates does do that.
This is what I'm saying. Like if it wasn't rigged, that's what the whole currency situation would be backed off of because you find gold on land, you find diamonds on land. It's all different type of natural resources. So if you was gonna keep it 1,000 and it wasn't about a hostile takeover, currency would be backed by land. It wouldn't be back. The only reason why they say gold and silver is because they shiny, and you can turn around and say, "Guess what? No more gold and silver shit." You know, we run currency, and the currency doesn't matter because whoever has the biggest military, if somebody owes you, you just go take over wherever they at. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go take over their oil. Whoever wins the war tells the story.
Strength is in numbers. These are divide and conquer tactics. Once again, that's why they gotta make sure that everybody is on something different. United we stand, divided we fall. As long as we think we have the biggest identity crisis in America, African Americans. We African Americans, we blacks, we niggas, we Negroes, we Indians. You hear me? We everything, but we're not the same. This is a nationality problem, and we're not going to get our reparations that the federal government demands that we become one recognized tribe. You hear me? So we can get our reparations, we can get our land and things that's entitled to us.
Hey,
that
so
foreigners is coming over here and getting.
But why we can't be one nation with the foreigners, the Asians, the Indians?
Why we want to be together? And
we all live on the same planet. When this planet, when the vibration. Okay, so who made these city and county ordinances? I live where I live at right now.
There has to be such a thing as black economics, bro.
I'm not.
This is the thing. I'm talking about black money having. We having money in our pocket. This is our agenda. You hear me? We're not talking about everybody else. No, it has to be money circulating between us.
But how do you have a black agenda, of black economics, when you're faced or you don't run the money? If you have nothing to do when they vote, nothing to do with the treasury, how do you have a black?
The Asians come over and start a little Chinatown. Foreigners.
They
come over and start. They're the number one businessman in America, Asians.
Because they do business. They do business with other Mexicans. They do business with other Asians. They go touch Mexican money. They go touch Asian money.
This is the thing what the civil rights movement did. It disenfranchised African American business. You hear me? So
I think it makes it hard because every country has it out for America and the indigenous Americans, because it's already known that if we wake up, everything is done with. The whole entire realm
changes.
This is not about Africans. This is not about the indigenous Australians this is about indigenous Americans and the power and the DNA strands that we have.
What the indigenous? What do the indigenous Americans look like? Question.
You, me, Dirty.
All right then. So to Dirty's point.
I'm at Dirty's point.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out why you did that
head
nod like that.
Yeah. To Dirty's point, though, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at it in that manner, then why should we be we should be pooling our money together, right? Instead of spending outside, spending inside.
Okay, but Dr. Umar fucked that up.
Dr. Umar.
Damn, she got on his ass.
Yeah.
Not King Kong consciousness. Not King Kong consciousness.
No, man.
That nigga stole. Listen, that nigga really stole a lot of money from he was the first person that I know collectively that everybody was like, oh yeah, we're sold into this man, blah blah blah, and he kind of fucked a lot of people over. So yeah, I'm just saying, like people like that.
Yeah, we got to see your eyes while you saying this. What's going down?
Y'all don't know what happened. Y'all don't know what happened years ago. He was supposed to open that school. Something happened. He had the money for it. They say he fumbled the money. He was able to open the school, but he didn't have any explanation. He didn't have any explanation.
He's trying to get funding. He's trying to get funding. He's doing that on the street.
Do you know how much money? Do you know how much money he raised though? Do you know how much money like the indigenous American people gave him? And he fumbled that money and had to get funding.
He fumbled the bag. But okay, so if you traveling, hey, a man like women.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He might not have. I feel you that
Hey, no,
shit. You
I
know,
can't lie.
depends on what the narrative is. We you know, they say we don't control the media, so shit, we can't control the narrative. So shit, they put out what they want to put out.
Hey, this is
You know.
No. Now we're not gonna decode half of the news and then not decode the other half. That shit happened. When people come out and say their personal experiences, we're not gonna throw it away because it's Dr. Umar. It happened, just
Oh
like
no.
everybody else.
I'm just speaking on what I don't even watch.
hey, bro, the conscious,
I don't even
the
watch
conscious,
this, so I can't decode a damn thing on the news.
the conscious community, bro. I think they done messed up. They done messed up a lot for a lot of people, or what we consider conscious. All of those people, they did no difference. This is why I say it's not going to be a color thing, bro, because the brightest Nubian people that have come through have taken advantage. Anytime a person values the money more than they value the people, they're going to abuse the money. You give a person a lot of money, man, they're going to start messing with his
I think that's an
children.
indoctrination. I think that's an indoctrination when they say when we value the people, the money over the people. When we think things like that, it's not about a people. Everything is about race. When you go to a job application, besides your name, the second question is what is your race? A housing application, everything is race. This is the biggest thing that we are lacking is nationality. This is once again why we can't get reparations. That is the most important thing is nationality, pride in the Olympics. China is going against, you know what I mean? Other countries, pride. They have snatched that away from us. You hear me? So once again, we put religious and dogma, mythology over our national pride as togetherness. You know, and we're suffering. That's a disease we're suffering from as African Americans right now. Our religious indoctrination, spiritual indoctrination is over our nationhood, our nationality. And once again, we can't get reparations until we go as one unit to the federal government.
Indigenous.
And one unit, we can come up, we can say we the niggers for all I care, whatever the name is, but it got to be one unit. And we got to come, we got to file the motions. We got to go through the motions. We got to file the motions.
So let me ask the question.
But who wants to continue? Who wants to continue to play with their court systems and their
I'm just
system? It's
telling
just
you
annoying.
what we got to do. That's it.
When I was looking at my freedom, I'd rather have just moved out of the country, just sit in America and try to fight with the court system about why I want to change my name back to what my name really was. And why the fuck I have 7-8 generations of black freemen Cherokees. My dad is a freeman. And I have to sit here and fight white people, ignorant fucking people in the system to say, hey, I know what my name is. Can you know what my name is? Hey, I know who I am. Can you please recognize? Can you take my life out of the stock and bond? Can you stop trading my life line and my straw man all day?
They name slaves and animals. And once we say slaves, we're not talking about color boundaries. We're talking about the public and the private sector. You hear me? Basically, if you were born in some type of we're numbered down to social security numbers, like cattle. Our birth certificate is a federal bond paper. You know, it's bond paper. If you look at your birth certificate, it's on bond paper. You know, our social security, we're numbers. We're like fucking cattle. See, you know, that's slave. That's slavery.
That's real talk. Hey, Indigo, do you like real niggas? Like how you like men? Do you like a real nigga? A man that call himself like, yeah, I'm just asking.
What you mean?
Like if you be like that's a real nigga. Like that's a real nigga. Like all right. So let me even it out. Do y'all like them bad? You know, Beyonce's like is. Do y'all like the women? Y'all like the ones that say I'm a bad? This, you know, this that.
Sometimes it's straddle the fence. Me personally, I like queens and bad bitches. You hear me? I'm spicy. I'm hot and spicy. You hear me? I like ratchet and classy.
A queen is a bad.
You know, bitch. At the same time, you know.
See this. All right. So Indigo, I didn't get your I
What?
didn't get your answer to that on the other side.
Well, I'm gonna let you know that I'm not a I do not come from the doggone tribe, so you will not be able to call me a bad bitch. But I come from the Elohim Lyran tribe, so it kind of coincides with that doggone tribe. But I don't know. I just like men who are protectors. That's my biggest thing. Just make that, and everyone loves a providing man, stable mentally. I don't judge people based off how they look or how they. I mean, sometimes I do. You got to be able to clean them up a little bit. But anywho, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't judge people based on. It's really what how your mind, really how you think that makes people attractive. Well, should make people attractive.
So,
Because if you don't know nothing, then the fuck can I do
Sapiosexual,
with you?
attracted to a
say,
person's mental. Yeah,
here we go.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not a person's a male. I don't like
There
women.
you go. Yeah, there you go. Hey,
And an indigenous
that's a
male.
question you gotta ask women nowadays and the men. Gotta ask they punk ass.
Yeah.
Hey, nigga, you hear me? For real. Hey, so
I
and
mean,
it's me personally. I'd rather not deal with and relate. Besides this,
What's
cheese.
up, man?
Hey, he said cheese.
he
He
thought he was
said
chilling.
cheese. Hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
square business. Hey, it's Tiller, man. Square business. I mean, so do you like a bad bitch too? I mean, what's the business?
So for in society's classification of a bad bitch, no. In my classification of a bad bitch, that's the reason why I said a queen is a bad bitch. Also, a bad bitch is a queen. Also, because in the way I view a bad bitch, it's not just about how she look; it's about how she carry herself, what she bring to the table. Not even talking about financially, just what I'm saying, how she think. Is she smart? You know what I'm saying? Some of them chicks who look fine, they dimes and shit like that, they dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying? And so no, when it comes to the classification of a bad bitch, when it comes to the society eyes or point of view, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because it come with a lot of they cool to look at. They cool to
All right.
look at. They cool to look at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit here and act like I ain't no man. But for me, nah, take too much. Take too much. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Life already hard enough.
Hey, he said
Life
square
She
already
business.
tried
hard
to
enough,
spend
man. You know
everything.
what
She
I'm
tried
Yeah.
to
saying?
spend all your
But
money.
nah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If it's just based on
Yeah.
looks and how you put your lashes on, your nails on, and all that shit, no, I'm cool on
Yeah.
that. I'm cool
Yeah.
on that.
He say
Cause
cool.
mine coming equipped with more than that. You hear me? You
Hey,
know.
no, I appreciate. I was gonna ask that question because I had a bad experience with somebody that called themselves a bad bitch, like a beautiful person. But I went in their bathroom, bro. They had uh, tissue with red stuff. They just carried themselves nasty, just to say the least. So I definitely one of the people where I want to know what's up here first before I figure out all the rest. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now I ain't saying I always been like that, but at a certain point now, brother, the bad bitch image or just a woman that say I'm a bad bitch and her eyelashes out to here, she got blonde or blue or green. Some of that stuff can be cool. I think it's cool for a person to be eccentric, for a person to be able to carry themselves and be different. I think these is great. Like I love the artistic person, but a person who say I'm a bad bitch or most of the dudes, man, I'm a real ass nigga, I'm a this or that, they don't exemplify the very things that Indigo even just spoke on. The real niggas don't really they don't normally make a woman feel protected, like she can learn something from them. She can actually benefit, like show any type of security. And of course, they might offer the finance. Every woman does want to be taken care of from the financial end. A lot of real niggas can offer that, but the actual protection or teaching a woman something, Probably not. So I just think that these names and these labels that we put out there when we talk about building financial economics or a government building another nation, we have to get rid of these names and labels and things that really are degrading to ourselves that we just accepted. Like we have accepted being a nigga or African American. And I didn't say naga, like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of these things that are looked at as derogative, we accept it and we make it cool because we do have that energy. We used to say, "What's up, fool? What's up, dog?" Like we can call people anything. Man, I got stupid rhymes. You know, normally stupid is, but when we touch it, we can make it be something else. We know that we have this power, so why not use this power to uplift and actually make this power to use to actually make it something worthwhile? Nah, bro, I don't want a bad bitch. You know, a lot of people might they might want. You know, I do want a guy, somebody that knows their energy and they carry a goddess kind of energy, or even the dudes, bro. I'm tired of niggas. I can't lie. The whole mentality and whole scoop. I'm sick of it for real. I'm sick of it because what is it? What is it? What has it benefited us? Like besides blaming other people, saying they keep us, we don't have no solutions. We just got problems. Like we have been professional problem identifiers with no solutions. You know, where is the solution? I don't see us talking, you know, when we go to all these things, we going straight to the problems. If you're around a bunch of real niggas, y'all looking for 9 out of 10. If it's too many real niggas around, it's going to be a problem. Too many bad bitches around, hey, bro, it's going to be some problems. You know what I'm saying? But if we be honest about these things, we'll see them and we actually start coming to a solution. So I asked those things because seriously, like, who wants to be around people that you can't learn nothing from, that you can't grow from? Who wants all the experiences to be at war with people 24/7 for like we supposed to have heaven here on earth, on this planet we on. So I mean, I just thought about that, man, for raw truth to see, you know, because most men I know, they gonna like the bad shit, the bad bitches. They at that. And I know most women too. They gonna want a real nigga. I was surprised to hear Indigo say, "Nah, she wouldn't subscribe to being a bad bitch." What's going on?
But
that's different for this world.
Hey man, I straddle the fence on the bad bitch thing because as a woman, you know, you want a woman that's confident. No, she on the shit, confident, not conceited. You know what I mean? You want her to be, you know, you want her to have a confidence about herself. I appreciate the efforts that women take to get razzle and dazzle, put the razzle and dazzle on. You hear me? The woman dressing stilettos, sundress, the efforts. You hear me? When I step out, baby, I want baby to be dressed. That's a reflection of me. You hear me? I'm not gonna have baby stepping out in no tennis, you know, bus. If she gonna be wearing, she gonna be fresh, because that's gonna be a reflection of me. You know what I'm saying? So shit, to each his own. You know, I like the Simon Sadar, you know, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. So the bad bitches, you know, they balling independently, treating and checking horizons. They don't need a man, they just want a man. You hear me? But they don't need them to be on their P's and Q's. They don't need 2 incomes. They bossy. You hear me? A lot of men can't handle that. They insecure about that. You hear me? A pretty ass woman on her paper. You hear me? You know that's gonna make a man feel like a mouse. You hear me? She pretty and she on her paper and she bossy, talking shit.
Insecure, man.
Oh, you gonna be feeling like shit. You hear me? You talking about a
that's his competition,
the biggest competition. I want baby on her shit, maneuvering, having things her way to a sense, but you know, a lot of the women don't know how to, you know, just like the dudes. You know, you want a man confident.
so do y'all like 304s as men? This is raw truth.
304s.
Yeah.
Who you talking? This is a question for anybody. What do you mean?
Yeah, this is
I think women don't like a man if he's not out there like that. If a man don't got a source of women, I don't think the women won't like him. You know, so they want an experienced man in the bedrooms. They don't want a motherfucker who finna be getting off on pre-ejaculate. You hear me? Not speaking on just sexually. They want a man that's on his P's and Q's financially.
As a woman, how do y'all prefer one? Would you want a 304? You want the experienced woman, or do you want to conceal one? Like how y'all look at that?
I'm like, I don't know. We're at this stage too late to be teaching shit. I got to teach you some shit. You're a little too green for me. You hear me? You gotta know how to rock the boat. They gotta know how to rock the boat at this age. You hear me? You goddamn, hey, because that's a, hey man, we're not chaperoning shit. You hear me?
Shit. I think everybody a little too
we're
old.
Too old, man. You need to know what to do. You know how to make it do what it do. Shit.
But Dirty, you what you was describing as a bad bitch is really a queen.
That's what I said.
She doing everything she wanna do. See, hold on. Look.
What I said.
Listen,
so I agree with what you said. So
I know everybody might have their own little different classifications. So for this conversation, I'm gonna say like my point of view of the bad bitch is one that mainly relies on their looks to keep things in play for them. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
If you ask them to, you know what I'm saying, handle some money, it might be an issue because she can't handle the money because she's going to go buy a purse.
She worried about how she look.
You see what I'm saying?
There we go.
Priorities. A bad bitch is a woman who can either stand on her own as a single woman, or she can motherfucking be a part of a team and be a wife.
Man,
you see what I'm saying? That's the true essence of the bad bitch. I think some, like, you know what I'm saying? I know some women don't even like the word bitch, right? But like I say, for the sake of conversation, if we talking about it like that, then you know what I'm saying? That's the true essence of a bad bitch. The queen on that board, on that chessboard, is a bad bitch because she can go where? Anywhere. Dirty. She can go anywhere on the chessboard.
And that's crazy how the game.
Anywhere. That's what make her a bad bitch, because she can do any guy.
And that's crazy how hard the game is when you lose your queen. You hear me?
You hear me? You hear me?
The game damn near over. You hear me?
Hey, that's what let you know you ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be running around here with nobody. You supposed to have, you know what I'm saying?
Nigga damn near want to quit.
What's up?
He damn near want to quit.
Hey, you popped up on a great thing. And I think it separates the bad bitch that you talking about between somebody who only cares about how they look. I think the bad bitches that I'm definitely talking about is the people who they talking about the eyelashes, the hair. I put it like this: even a man, if the man is a 304 and he's chasing women 24/7, 9 out of 10, if you have that amount of time, you don't have no money. You know, you're not taking care of business. Same thing go for a woman, bro. If you that into how you look, what you got on, the bad bitch, bro, they don't care if they put on windbreakers, they go to the gym, they gonna actually, they care about they care about their body from the inside out, not the outside in. You know, a lot of the people that we talking about this, they don't really care about their body, bro. What they eat, none of that. And it goes the same for the men. For the men, if you got so much time that you only thing you can do is chase women, you probably broke. I mean, yeah. But Indigo, on the 304s, as far as men, do you like experienced men, or is that like, how do you think about that when you judge men?
No, I mean, I take me as the world call it, a simp over anything, and that's just because that's where your loyalty gonna come from, and your mental stability. But a lot of women are either polygamous or they're monogamous, so I think that matters when you're talking about it, because I've never been into polygamy, so I can't say I like a 304. But women who like polygamy are going to say like they want those experienced men. I'm not fucking when I meet nobody in the first place, so I don't care what experience your ass really think you talking about. I'm talking about just regular, niggas. Like, I don't care about none of that shit. I'm not finna. So that's probably where I go wrong or have gone wrong in the past, is not worrying about stuff like that. Because then you run into men that are 304s and they try to portray themselves to be different for you. Then you get trapped into things like that.
Oh yeah.
So I just think it depends. It depends on the energy. That's what I do. I judge energy, not really what somebody appears to be.
Man, I can dig it. I can dig that.
So I mean, with that being said,
You ain't answering none of your own questions, player.
what
What?
you mean? Bro,
You about to get just
I didn't answer every question that I threw out there. I
no,
answered the same. I just
no.
spoke on it.
Did you?
I did every single one. If I asked you, I
You
definitely
did.
put
You
out there.
did. You
Yeah,
did.
I definitely answered them. But
I
so
just said
so you've never ran into a single man that was able to sweep you off, kind of make you think or go against your rule, go against the rules that you nobody's ever made you bend your rules.
Yes, my baby daddy. He was. That's why
Right,
I won't
like
go back. You feel me? I basically dated
yeah,
a Memphis pimp. You feel me?
yeah,
And
yeah.
he really wanted to change for me, but that nigga just couldn't. You feel me? So I did. I let him take me out, all kind of stuff. I got starstruck. He, had two babies, but I never do it again. But I knew his soul. And that's something you can't really go away from, because that soul contract. Like, I knew him. You feel me? You get around somebody and you don't care if it's the right person, if it's that person, man, you get around that person, you don't care what's going on. You feel me? You like, oh, I feel right at home. You know what I mean? We close. We close as hell. Don't even know that mug, but we close. So I just think, it depends. Everybody has those love cycles, though. I just don't feel like we should be me studying. You get a karmic, you get a twin flame, and you get a soulmate in your life that you're supposed to be sexual with. You feel me? We're not even supposed to have all them in between, in and outs, all that extra shit. All that's for pleasure or lust. So that's where I come into my celibacy and shit like that, because I'm not finna just be having a whole bunch of niggas. That shit don't even make no sense to me, you know? Like, I like relationships. I like to be committed. So I just feel like you got to find somebody like you in the best way, you know?
True story. True story. Man, with that being said, man, like who want to go first? With the closing statement, like yeah, who want to be first to close out the night? I
she already up
I see already up there.
there.
I want me to put it back up there. Indigo, you ready? All right, she being shy, man, tonight. Anyways, for real. Yeah, I don't know what she got going on, but yeah, man. With that being said, I say and yeah, not just strike, but Tiller, bro. But I think personally, over with the way Indigo just wrapped that up, I got to a point where I definitely was probably one of them. I say I got a baby mama that hate me to this day because of my 3 or 4 days. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying not too proud, but I definitely agree. All of the in between stuff that people ask. See, I actually had a spiritual teacher that I ran across. He has transitioned since then, but his name was Nah Bingi from Gambia in Africa. He was from New York, but he spent a lot of time in Gambia. And bro actually told me, hey man, make sure this girl get her tubes tied. Don't have no more children with this person. She's gonna turn your youth against you. He said that they were a Pisces. He said a Pisces is two fish swimming in the stream going different directions. He said this person's thoughts is unstable. They gonna turn your youth against you. He told me that, and everything he said turned out to be true. During this time of meeting him and me developing into a spirituality, I started seeing that, man, definitely having these people open they legs, bro, these is portals. And you definitely carry certain type energy. So I could feel a goddess when she say celibacy. Before I choose to mix energies and have things in life go wrong or keep opening up different energies because of other energies that this person connects with, and yeah, all of these things are real. And I feel like if we give the young people the raw truth, they can learn a lot of these things. At least if they don't learn, they will actually see it when it's happening. They will be able to identify what's taking place. But because we're not putting that raw truth out there, it takes a lot before they identify. Somebody had to bring it to my attention. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is really true. So now, I'm more so am on that where I definitely think that if it can bring another life into it, it's a portal, and you know that there's energy there. If another life can come out of that situation, you're putting some type of energy there. With that being said, man, happy solo return to the God Mo3. Definitely. Man, you are here with us, regardless of what people think. Some people might think that they whack this dude or whatever, which way. All kind of energy never dies. It only transition. It only transfers. That energy might change, but it never leaves. Man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in with us on Raw Truth tonight, and that's my story in closing.
And in closing, I'll say rest in life to Mo3. They say to eat raw meat is an acquired taste. And I say that in this instance because the raw truth is bitter. Sometimes it's nasty to the palate. That's why we spit it out. We don't like it. We throw it away. We don't like it. Be willing to digest the raw truth that people bring to you. And be willing to feed the raw truth to people who need it. We all out here trying to make a way, trying to find a way to be better, live better. You know what I'm saying? So let's just do better. You know what I'm saying? In closing, you could have been anywhere. Like KK say, but you here with us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who tapped in.
Let me show my face since y'all cutting up on me.
Yeah.
Man, rest well to Mo3, even though he's not gone nowhere. He got my tax money one year. Everybody know my story. I was waiting on my taxes one year. I had a Mo3 Alta. I was waiting on him to transition. I said, listen, I need my tax money tomorrow. You feel me? Like, listen, I'm gonna give you an offer. And I gave him some bananas, gave him some apples, lit that candle. That tax money was in my account.
Wow.
So I ride by. He do not play when it comes to money. You can always use him for manifesting needs. If you give him an offering and don't give him no liquor because he did not like alcohol. Okay. I just want to say, be careful. Be wise. Use discernment. Use love. Be love. Um, don't be a 304 unless you want a 304. That's what we was talking about, ish. Don't be a no. Anywho,
Yeah.
y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all decided to come kick it with us.
God, bro.